players, you know, I'm more worried about us getting to the free throw line, than making. I mean, obviously, I'd love to make it, but my thing is, if we'll just get there, you give yourself a chance, and as long as we'll stay aggressive and get to the free throw line, it impacts the game. And while we missed free throws, today, we also had, maybe the best post player in the league in the bench in foul trouble, in the second half. So while we missed some free throws, there's still an advantage of getting to that free throw line.
We have time for one final question in the back left.
Kind of a two-part question I had. Coach, first, just your defense, the way it played today. How well would you say? How special was it? And also, Carlisha Wyatt just seems determined here these two games, playing like a senior, I guess, on her way out. Could you just comment about what she did for you?
Well, I think, again, defensively, it saved us. And you asked a question earlier. We went to our zone, and while we're not a zone team, we tinker with it off and on, throughout the year, and it was really good. I mean, and Andrea said it right. Our players really communicated well in it, and we basically just got them out of the attack mode. They start out there attacking so hard off the dribble, and it allowed us to kind of get that under control a little bit. And then, second half, we were able to, go back and forth from man to zone. So it was pretty good. Once we cleaned up our rebounding in the first half, our defense was really good. And again, obviously, it helps getting Ize in foul trouble. I mean, that's a big part of their offense. So, so that's number one. The second part of it is, Carlisha. And Carlisha, she's done this all year. I mean, she just plays hard all the time. She rebounds and she defends and she plays hard. And, tonight it comes a little bit more noticeable because she scores along with it. But her effort and her rebounding, how hard she plays, that to me is nothing new. She always does this. I thought it was unfortunate that Jalen got in foul trouble because I thought Jalen did the same thing. She came in and was really battling and, got some foul trouble. And, fortunately we had to, depend on Carlisha a little bit more than normal, and she answered.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Great job of taking advantage of some of our mishaps, and they turned those into points. And I truly think that's really where they beat us, was in that particular area. They are a very emotional team, and when they make big plays, their entire team seems to feed off of it. As you watch this team evolve, I think that's one of the areas that they've definitely not only been able to play with a lot of emotion, but they've been able to play with a lot of emotion and mature enough to where they're able to finish the plays. And that's why they're the number one team. That's why they're the number one team. I think they're an interesting team. They've got a couple different kids that do a great job with leadership with them, and I think that's what you need in order to make a run. I think our team went into this game believing and understanding they could beat them. I never thought they gave up. I truly believe the entire time that they felt that they could beat them, that they could make a run. It's just that Arkansas State just has that way of kind of keeping you down anytime they see you getting up, and big players step up. Number 44, I think she's a senior for them. I talked to our team already about it. She, to me, is definitely their emotional leader. She gets them all really excited by making just big stops or getting rebounds. And she played with a lot of confidence. I mean, she knocked down some free throws down there at the end, and that's normally not her forte. But you understand that this time of year. And that's tough, as a former student athlete, to kind of see it go this way. But the one thing I talked about our team in the locker room is this: it's not time to say goodbye to seniors, because I do believe our team has worked hard enough. We were picked 9th in this conference. We ended up being tied with Little Rock, got seeded 4th. This conference previously before has placed 5 teams in postseason play. I think this is an extremely strong conference. I think our preseason record will show you that we've played teams who now are in contention or won regular season in their own respective conferences, and that's exciting for the Sun Belt period. And so it's my hope as we continue to move forward, my kids are going to have a couple days of rest, I'll sit back and see, what the pundits decide. But for sure, with this particular team, I'm very proud of them. I'm going to be able to leave New Orleans very happy with the direction we're going and prayerful that it's not over.
Questions? Go ahead and ask a question.
Coach, can you just comment on Ize getting in early foul trouble? And just kind of seemed like you guys weren't able to kind of get into an offensive flow with her on the bench so much.
Yeah, I think they did a great job defensively on Ize. They forced her to take some bad shots, to be honest with you. I think those aren't shots that are high percentage shots for her. Then she started to get frustrated. He did a good job of attacking her right away, honestly, with number 44. I put her on the bench, kind of got into her head a little bit. Put her back out there, and I think she gave great effort. But at that point, we're already so far behind. It made it pretty difficult. And then Brian, again, decided to go right at her. On that dribble penetration, it's really tough. A kid of her size to be able to defend a dribble penetration with the new rules. You put your hand on them, it's a foul, and you're out. And that played right into their defensive game plan. Limiting Ashley Eze to 5 points. I think she only had 5 points tonight. Is not an easy task. So, hats off to Arkansas State for stopping our best low block player. Because for sure, offensively, it stifled us when we weren't getting those easy looks in the paint.
We'll move here to Gary in the front.
16 for 58 from the floor. How much was attributable to their defense, and how much was some of your players missing shots they could make? I know there were a couple times in the second half when you had a chance to cut it close.
Yeah, in the second half, I think we did a much better job of getting to shots that I felt that were good shots for us, because all of our kids have a green light, but I was stressing for them patience. I think because Ashley Eze got into early foul trouble, we weren't getting those easy, quick looks inside. That's where we probably get our fastest scoring, is by feeding the ball to her and she scores. The majority of our outside scoring, or our guard scoring, comes from a lot of ball reversal, kick for threes, dribble penetration, getting the free throw line, which of course is more time consuming. And when sometimes you feel a little tight and time is on your side, you want to get to quick shots, and that's where I think we kind of fell behind in the first half. In the second half, we did a much better job. We were 1 for 2 from the free throw line. I think we finished, we got to the free throw line 12 for 17 in the second half. So I really like that play in the second half. We missed some easy layups and some mid-range jumpers, but really it was going to come down to defense ultimately this late in the game, and we didn't get the stops that we needed there in the second half.
Moving to the back. You have a question? Yep. Further questions? Okay. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.